Hello, guys. It's T again. We're back here talking a bit about Dead by Daylight and stuff like that. And I just got done doing the survey. Uh, I did a couple trials since then, but as Dredge, if anyone cares to know. But I did the survey, and it was the player satisfaction survey. And a lot of the questions on there were like stuff that I didn't have anything to do with because it was like questions about like the Walking Dead chapter and like when FNAF came out and stuff, and I wasn't playing the game at that time. I was on a break from the game at that time. And and then there was other questions like, what things keep you playing and what is most important to you with the game and stuff like that. And they were like, gave the options of like new killer releases, new stuff. Like, what are you focused on? And for me, it's like, what's coming down the pipeline? Like them fixing the game, them improving things, them fixing the bugs and stuff like that. That's what I'm most focused on, is because I'm just going to be perfectly honest. If everything worked, okay, and there was no bugs and everything was just, it ran the way it's frickin' supposed to, this is a great game. At its core, there is something to this game that is great. There is. I've witnessed it, or I wouldn't even be touching this game. I wouldn't be playing at all if I did not think that. There is a great game at its core. But this dev team just, they just don't get it. They just don't get it. And it sucks, man. Like, the PTB changes that are upcoming, man, you're gonna kill off killer players, and then killer players are gonna cause, the killer players leaving is going to cause bad queue times, and then the bad queue times are going to cause casual players, casual survivors that you're catering to leave the game. So then you did all these changes for no frickin' reason, and that is if they go through, of course. But like, I don't know, it just made me like want to talk about the stuff that does keep me playing, and the stuff that does keep me playing is the Rift Pass and the quests and different milestones and all this stuff, and the haunted, the events and everything. They do keep me going, but honestly, I am a 2v8 survivor player. If this game had 2v8 available at all times, that is all I would play in this game. I'm just going to be perfectly honest about that. If 2v8 was available at all times, that's the only thing I would play. Now, with a caveat, okay? I want the 2v8 to go back to the very first 2v8. Even to emphasize further, there are killers that I don't think should be in 2v8. All of the mobility and I'll just say all the mobility killers should not be in 2v8. Wesker, no. Blight, no. Legion, no. All those killers, and unfortunately that does include Myers now, but all of those killers should not be in 2v8. I think it should be, and maybe not even Huntress or Deathslinger either. I'm kind of on the fence about them. But like, the most chaotic, great fun that I get out of 2v8 is when I'm able to mind game with the player and play and bounce off of other survivor players and like make plays and it's chaotic fun at its best and most potent in this game is when you're playing 2v8 survivor. It's just so fun. And I really wish that they would put events, tie events to 2v8, so that when there's an event in the game, it's in 2v8. That would be so mind-blowing. It would just be so fun, man. Could you imagine, like, just for an example, the snowman, the snowman Christmas event thing? Imagine that in 2v8, all the snowmans just running around everywhere and everyone's throwing snowballs and it would be chaos, and it would be so much fun. It would be so much fun. And that's kind of my point, is like, dude, put events in 2v8. Now, I think there might be technical limitations, and that's why they don't do it. Because then, like, if you had snowmen NPCs running around like they do in that event, it would cause an issue because you'd have more than the allowed players in 2v8, so the system wouldn't be able to handle it and stuff like that. But, like, I don't know, man. 2v8 is just, it's the best. 2v8 is the best this game has to offer gameplay wise. It's the most fun, it's the most fresh. That's the other thing. And that was another, like, thing that they put in the survey, was like asking us basically how stale or like how repetitive, how interesting, how enjoyable is the game and stuff like that. And I had to say it's ridiculously repetitive and ridiculously predictable. All of the gameplay elements have been played out. I have been playing Dead by Daylight off and on since 2017 across PS4 and Steam. The game is ridiculously predictable for me. It is ridiculously repetitive for me. That's why I love 2v8. Because 2v8 is not predictable. There's so much chaos going on in 2v8 that there are predictable elements and repetitive elements because the core gameplay is the same. But you have so much going on that there's so much more potential for randomness and spontaneous, cool moments. So I just love 2v8. 2v8 is the best this game has to offer, period. And I really wish that they would make 2v8 permanent, but go back to the very first 2v8, and then take out Legion, take out Wesker, take out Blight, take out, I would say even Dredge might not even be, another on the fence one. But me personally, I love going against Huntress. I love dodging her hatchets and stuff like that. It's very fun to me. But Deathslinger, not so much. But yeah, just wanted to kind of talk about Dead by Daylight and have a little bit more positivity in here, because I do really truly enjoy something about this game. I really do. And when 2v8's gone, I mainly play Killer, because Survivor in 1v4 is just trash to me. It just feels like trash. I don't enjoy it at all. I love the setup, playstyle, and everything, and the way it's balanced in 2v8, I think is very well done. The only thing I would say that needs added to 2v8, I would love for them to put in yet another role. Because this is a role that I would love to play. I'm about to explain it. Would be either call it the Protector or the Guardian. And what this would be is you take protection hits and give haste to other players. And it allows you to play around with that, like healing yourself in a locker after you take a protection hit, so you can go out and take another protection hit for a survivor. Like, it's all based, the whole class is based around protecting other survivors and taking protection hits, and then granting haste to other players and doing stuff like that. I think that could be so fun as yet another class for Survivor in 2v8. But anyways, guys, where are you guys at in Dead by Daylight? Are you still enjoying the game? Are you a Survivor main and you see no problems with anything that's going on? Because I know that you're out there, and trust me, dude, I understand. I do. I really do. I've played solo queue Survivor plenty. I know that it sucks balls. I know. Trust me, I know. It's just the problem is it's so difficult to balance this game. It really, truly is. And I think that the direction that they're going and trying to push these changes through the PTB and put them live, these are not worthwhile changes. You're just going to make things worse all around. Because like I said, killers get sick of the bullshit, and then they leave, which ups queue times, and then the casual players that they made these changes for leave the game, and then you've just ruined the game for no reason. And it's like I said, when you balance the game for solo queue Survivor and give them new tools, then the Swift high rank, like, best players are going to use the hell out of that and exploit those tools to make the game hell for killers. And then you're not even trying to really truly counterbalance it by giving killers more tools to ascend to them to keep up. It's just bonkers. It's just bonkers. And I don't really understand it. But anyways, guys, take care out there. Happy spooky season. And yeah, you know what? I am going to say it. I might catch you guys in the fog. Laters.